Hi Libra, this is going to be your art channeled message. I channel messages through art, creativity. I really hope my messages inspire you to see the art within yourself, within your journey, and within everything around you, because we all start from zero, which is just a blank canvas, as I always say. And if you like a personal reading, all of that is down below. And lastly, it's kind of like my calling card now. There's no rules here. Anyone is welcome. You can watch it at any time, share them however you come across it. And what's special about my messages or my art is it's one big metaphor or up for interpretation, I want to say. It's like sometimes my messages aren't so structured and what they're supposed to be, but that's exactly what art is. You just gotta look deeper. As I'm describing it, what do you see? Okay, Libra, what I started drawing for you was someone opening their hands like this. Like with the other hand, picture there's another hand there and it's together like you're cupping something. You typically see that, at least I have, with holding little animals or little objects. My drawing also gives me this green thumb vibe. I feel like I've seen this gesture somewhere. I'm hearing agriculture. And I'm also getting the scenario of a seed or pile of soil being held in a person's hands or being transported from one place to another. And a small seedling is growing out of it. So it's pretty much like this, with like dirt and a little seedling. Isn't it ironic how that's depicted though? A plant's still growing when it's not in the ground. It's like your hands are doing the magic. You're working the magic. I'm getting something here about speaking nicely to plants or treating them with care. More importantly, treating yourself with care. Speak kindly to yourself and you will grow. I heard grow on the go. Not many plants survive in transport. I believe people scoop up plants like that to avoid weeds or bad thoughts, because weeds, when left unattended, can ruin everything or kill what you're trying to grow. So if it's in the wrong environment, it needs to be taken out or it will ruin all of your progress. Lastly, I'm getting you grew something from the ground all by yourself. This could allude to actual plants, but it could also be a business, name, bank, etc. Nothing compares to that feeling of I did this, I took care of this, I spoke kindly to myself, and now I get to reap the rewards. I heard rooted in evil. Meaning don't let anyone touch what's yours. It's similar to how you wouldn't leave your kids with just anybody, or they say like you should always keep it to yourself, like once you touch it, kind of like spreading germs or bacteria. It's like once you touch it, it's yours. Once you ate out of it, it's yours. Don't let anyone else touch it, because then now their DNA or their germs are on your cup. It's the same way. I'm saying like not letting anyone share or bask in your success. Always be like a one woman's show, a one man's show. There's emphasis on that. And I drew something else. Wasn't sure if I should add it, but I think it's relevant. I think in my second drawing, it's very similar, except it's all roots and no plant. It reminds me of those diagrams where one guy is digging or pulling up a carrot that they think is so big because the leaf on it is big. They're both equal on the outside, but then one is super small and it's all roots on the bottom, and then one is super big. Or it'll be a different diagram where one person's acting very cocky, like they're about to hit gold, but then the other person's about to give up and they're actually the one that's about to hit gold. So seeing that. And I'm seeing the open hand as access. Don't give access. Don't give anyone the ability to say they took part in your success, like I said. So rooted in evil, I'm seeing this as, what did you do to get there? A lot of people buy their way. A lot of people cheat their way. A lot of people think that they can latch under other people's crops. It's exactly like the depiction of the carrot looking the same on the surface, like I said, but underground, it's very tiny, and the other is huge. Meaning one is plant and few roots, and then the other is rooted in evil. It was not built from the ground like yours was. Meaning no blood, sweat, tears, talent went into it. So be cautious with who you share with or who actively wants to take some credit. I also feel like something is supposed to serve as ammunition or motivation for you. It's like your path is longer, more difficult because it's not rooted in evil. Meaning it's non-GMO. There weren't any shortcuts taken. There's strong emphasis on rooted in as well. Rooted in means developed by using something as a basis. Something can be rooted in envy. Something can be rooted in evil. And it could be rooted in envy, and that's exactly why it won't grow for another person. Something can be rooted in greed, hence why there's more roots and nothing to go off of. These are also people that are most likely not to speak to themselves, let alone other people, let alone their plants, in a positive manner. It's coming full circle. Speak positively to yourself. Think highly of yourself. That's what it starts with. Because all of us are kind of like plants. So, rooted in evil. I feel like I've said everything. I don't even know if cards are necessary. So I'm just going to get an oracle. Beware of cutting corners. It's very similar to how you can't rush. You can't just tell a plant to grow faster. There's literally no shortcuts. You're forced to take care of it. You're forced to water it. Good things take time. I feel like moral of the story here too is, or bigger picture, I like saying that better now. If you're considering taking shortcuts, or if you feel badly about yourself, you feel like you're not going anywhere, consider that. Like, it's all organic. It's all real. There's no screwing to the top. There's no paying someone to get what you want. It kind of reminds me of Lori Loughlin with that college scandal. It's like she didn't use her brain to get into college. Her mom orchestrated that and got caught. Getting that too, like loyalty. You don't want to be known as a poser. Let's see. Oh my god. That looks like something that's been in the dirt or scooped up. Like, it looks like something that should be in the ground or rooted in the ground. It says, come to the edge. You could be feeling tempted to, I don't want to say work with somebody or join in on something that will rush the process. I'm saying don't do that. Don't be tempted, because then it's like you're leaving behind the hearts, the blood, the sweat, the tears, the intention, which is loving what you do. Have you been saying come to the edge equals like come to the dark side? It's like come here. It's great over here, but like what will that cost you in the end? That's what most people do, but that's not what you have to do. That's not what you ever had to do. And I noticed too, like how she's in complete isolation. This is your ground. This is something you built from the ground up or the ground down. Okay? And these are petals. I'm getting something else from this card. I'm seeing throwing these petals also alludes to throwing money. Kind of seeing it like this. Don't give your money away. Don't spend your money recklessly. And don't give your savings or trust your money in other people's hands. It's like no joint bank accounts, no joint loans, maybe not even any joint businesses. What's even more weird about my drawing is there's an initial on it. Seeing written in your name reminds me of as well of maybe a group project that everyone works on, but only one person did all the work, but everyone has their name on it. Something about writing the name or knowing whose name to put on it. Seeing as well, this is you transporting your seeds or what you built away from the weeds, away from the bad thoughts. It's like you're learning to sprinkle more love into yourself and what you do. It's like, you know what? I'm actually doing pretty well. I'm actually making immense progress. It's just taking a little longer because it's not rooted in envy. It's not rooted in rushing. It's not rooted in greed. Can't pay your way there. Steal your way there. It's just you. I can't believe we got this card. It's like my art already makes sense. I'm gonna get a Bob Ross card for advice or some kind of conclusion, because I feel like this is self-explanatory. It's exactly like that diagram I mentioned, where you're this close to gold, so you shouldn't give up. Every day is a good day when you paint. Every day is a good day when you paint. Painting is an action. I think like every day is a good day when you show up. It's very funny how on this card or on this painting, there's one big tree. You know how many years it takes for a tree to form? It takes about 10 years. It takes a very long time. But grass, on the other hand, grows back like every other week. But does it grow as tall as a tree? Does it have all the potential of a tree? Is it as strong as a tree? No. That's what this is as well. It's like the bigger picture here is the grass, whatever you're trying to get to, what many people could try to obtain. They can think that short weight is going to get them somewhere, and then it's cut down again. Less effort equals something lasting shortly as well. But then waiting means no one's really cutting this down. Rarely will you ever see this end. Rarely will a tree ever be short-lived, unless it's eventually used for paper, building homes, or building some other aspect. Kind of like how crops are eventually used for cooking food, etc. Seeing you really need to keep that in mind right now. It's like you're not the grass, something that's very short-lived and comes back all the time, or you have to start over all the time. You're the tree. You're the tree. And it's like you're going to be left alone and isolated, so you don't have anyone in your ear. Or anyone trying to take credit for what you've built from the ground up. Wow. Okay. Libra, that's the end of this art channeled message. Please like, subscribe, support the channel in any way you can. I'd really, really, really appreciate it. And once again, sometimes I speak in metaphors, sometimes my messages aren't so structured, but there's always something to gather from it. It's like, how can you apply that, what I said, to your life right now? And what's your opinion on this? I feel like that pretty much sums up what I said in the beginning, right? Especially given the comparison between these two. Rooted. It's like, what is your intention here? I could even see this as the opposite of you, or vice versa. This person looks like they're about to fall or fail because they're leaving behind what they should be focused on to begin with. There's no plant here, just dirt. Okay, guys. Bye.